Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth, and we're back with Miss Medrielle, who left off with these Rohirrim that she brought a peace offering to, and it seems like, well, they might have been followed.
You aid the horse lords.
So, it says defeat any threats to the Rohirrim camp. You need to find threats to the Rohirrim camp. I think that probably will not be a problem. Like this orc scout over here. I don't think the bear is really a threat. We're looking mainly for orcs, I think. I almost feel like I should be able to, I don't know, crouch, but you can't. Might be getting just a tad bit too accustomed to controls in survival games. Tad bit too comfortable with them. Ah, that works up here though. But they didn't count. At least that one did. That one did. Huh. So the scouts, but not the warriors? Yeah. Scouts, but not the warriors. Alright. Stop the scout leader from... What? Oh. Trying to stop us from spreading the word of your little camp, are you? Cursed high elf. The arts will feast upon the flesh of man tonight. The scout has escaped. This does not bode well for the Rohirrim. I killed him. Fair and square. I killed him. Huh. Escaped my left foot.
Our mission is dire.
Orc scouts surrounded us. That is dire news, and more dire than one escape, and our leader is hopelessly bewitched. What are we to do?
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Wynmar does not even stir. We must prepare now, with or without his say. He will stir enough when orc swords run him through. There is much to do. Barricades to reinforce, and swords and spears to sharpen. We will be lucky to survive the night, even if we can manage to prepare. We need to help them prepare the camp. Okay, we could do that. Although, for smithing kind of runs more towards metalsmithing than weaponsmithing and jewelry. Guess she'll take whatever little knowledge she has and use it to help them. Right? It certainly doesn't run towards woodworking. I guess that is pretty basic whittling. Alright, so swords are done. Oh, spears here. Reinforce the fortifications. Now we have one of each left today. wonder if these are the same spears we helped rescue earlier. In which case, the arrows are in no better shape.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Thank you, Medrielle. With you here, I have hope. Even with Wynmar in his bewitched state. And now, we wait.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I sense this attack will come soon. Are you ready to stand with us and fight? It will be an honor to draw any sword with you. You must rescue Wynmar at once from his daze. And it's an encounter, so an instant.
Wynmar and his men brace for an orc attack that threatens to be more dire than the earlier encounter upon the hill. A mere taste of what is to come.
They're coming any moment, I can sense it. We must wake Wynmar from the foolish stupor. He will surely die in this battle. We have to try to snap this guy out of his stupor. Wynmar! Huh? What is it, Rothel? For the last time, you great oaf, orcs are coming for us. You must forget this elf girl. Stand and fight. I suppose it is time to let her go. I must. But this all just seems so wrong now. Why did this happen, Medrielle? Have you ever felt the backward sense that your life was fine until you met someone you could not have? Then nothing would ever be as it should again. Yes, I suppose I must, Rothel. I fear that I will meet my death by orc or by this hole in my heart. Bah, I will shake off such sobering thoughts for now. Medrielle will help us get through this night, eh, Rothel? What was that sound? I think it was. It wasn't the Tooth Fairy, I can tell you that much. Do you think that was all of them, Medrielle? I am weary, but I could stand another attack. I wonder who leads this rabble. I think I'm all right. What of Wynmar? He looks tired to my eyes. The orcs shall be avenged for this slaughter. Die! Noriel has slain the attacker, but Wynmar lies wounded. Noriel, you came to help. You fool, do not stir, you are poisoned. And yet I am happy. Is it not strange? It's all my fault. He is poisoned, Medrielle. I was coming to make amends for my coldness from our earlier meeting. If only I had been one moment sooner. There is nothing I can do. It will not be long now. Poor Wynmar. Let us say our goodbyes, dear friend.
What brings you to these lands?
Wynmar will be missed. The elves bore his body away, and the woman Noriel stayed with him to the last. They carried him off to his burial site. Well, I do not know how to describe it.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Alas for Wynmar, the elves bore his body away after the fight, and made him a grave between here and Stangard, his true home. He will rest in both lands, land of his home and land of his heart. If you wish to pay your respects, you can find him a short distance south of here. Your help will not be forgotten, nor will we forget our good leader on the fruitless expedition. Go well, Medrielle. So, he died. He was an idiot. But he did not deserve to die. And now Noriel feels horribly for it. The grave lies upon the hill, but here is Noriel as well. Medrielle, I have lived many years, but in all my years, I have failed to acquire wisdom. I thought it would be best to push this foolish mortal away, but in truth, I felt it too. Their lives are but a heartbeat of my own, even if they survive all the battles in the world. I wasted that heartbeat. How keenly I feel it. Morning, fallen friend. I don't know if I would exactly call him a friend, but he was not an enemy. I guess there's no chance of any maiden in Stangard having claim on you now. You have paid your respects to Wynmar.
What can I do for you?
I should have been more welcoming to these men and not as cold to one in particular. Hopefully, I will not be so unyielding in the future. The Rohirrim will never welcome the elves of Lorien, but I would like to help them from afar nonetheless. Will you go to the Medrielle and see what need drove the folk so near the place they feared? I wish to find ways to help these folk whilst they linger at our borders. They are perhaps not so bad as we once thought.
Stay a moment.
I cannot help Wynmar now, but I wish to send help to his people. Please go to Stangard and do all you can for them, my friend. The elves will hold this border for them and ensure they receive gifts from the forest when they find themselves hungry or ill-equipped. As for me, I will remain here and contemplate the unlooked-for loss. Perhaps in the future, I would not act as I did to someone like Wynmar on principle only, and instead listen to my heart before precious time is wasted. All at the northern gate of Stangard. And at this point, we have a couple of quests leading us to Stangard. So, Bingo's quest is going to Stangard. The side quest is going to Stangard. And our main story quest is going to Stangard. Alright. Stangard we go then. To be honest, I kind of forgot that ended that way. It was all a funny lark until he died. That doesn't seem quite so funny anymore. Now we are in a space where we will aggro things. Woo! There is Stangard. And there's a worm that we've just aggroed. Might as well take care of it. So here we have Bingo.
Our mission is dire.
What have we here? A high elf calling at our gates during these strange times.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You do not belong here, and your halfling companion must be even further from his home. You may have come to Stangard with a desire to see our land, but this is not a holiday retreat. There is nothing here for you or your friend. You are not the first peculiar visitor I have turned away from this outpost. What is it that draws such unwelcome guests hither? The very meaning. A rough and uncouth woman sought to gain entrance to Stangard, but I turned her away as is my duty. If you find her somewhere in the northwest, perhaps the three of you can journey with haste away from Rohan. When last I saw her, she was headed in the direction of Brisbane's camp. May the three of you find your way to some other land.
Well, that was quite a rude greeting.
Perhaps animosity between the elves and the Rohirrim is not the result of a borrowed item unreturned after all. If this fellow does not want me to come inside, I will respect his wishes. Perhaps we should find this woman of whom he spoke and see if she needs our help. Sabert may not care if she runs afoul of some beast, but he should feel some responsibility if it were to happen that she went to the northwest.
Who is this woman? Why does she carry a sword of my people?
You are a long way from home, stranger, and in the company of a Dunlending warrior witch. I do not like it. Athic glowers at you, his heavy-lidded gaze suspicious. This outpost may be beyond the border of Rohan, but the law of Theoden King holds, and I cannot allow this woman witch to pass unchallenged. Take that Rohirrim sword from her and present it to Horn, atop Stangard, and see what he thinks. He's young, but in matters of swordcraft and history he's unrivaled. If he believes this woman is no threat, I will allow her to enter. Otherwise she must remain outside the walls.
I will let you carry the sword. But do not let any of these men touch it.
This weapon may be the result of their swordcraft, but it is theirs no longer. Now it is the sword of my brother Wadu, and the chain of its heritage has been severed and made anew. Wadu's ghost wields it now. Nona, study too closely. Take it from the bag of my belongings, bring it to this man Horn atop the village, but heed my words. Let none but you touch it, and return it to me when he is satisfied. What else do you have here?
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
A traveler in these parts. Very strange, but you do not look evil. Where do you hail from? What news of lands to the west? In Rohan, guests in our home must share our bread with us, but I'm afraid I have no bread to share. Stangard is keeper of the food stores these days, and the food is well guarded in the lockhouse. You should speak to Stangard, and he will honor the Rohirrim laws of hospitality. Alright, so we need to find Horn. And where is Horn? Ooh. Atop the village of Stangard. Thought so. I thought I was going the right way. You should be at the mead hall, or near it. Hello, random person. I hope you're having fun. Anybody else doing quests in Stangard? Ah, you must be Horn.
Welcome to Stangard, such as it is. What is this sword you bear?
He reaches out for it, but you shake your head and keep it in your hands. He laughs quietly, and you tell him briefly of Nona, Wadu, and the sword. I see. This is a Rohirrim sword, but it is old. Very old. It strikes a memory in me, but I cannot place it. I wonder if it was fashioned before Earl the Young came out of the Northlands. Seems to reach a decision. I want to show you something. Turn the curious weapon to your friend at the gate with my regards, and tell her she is welcome to enter the village. I do not think either of you are our foes. Then meet me outside town by the Kustan. It is a large statue of two figures located among the Wailing Hills west of Stangard, and I think you should see it. Alright. Back down we go. Take a look at this sword real quick. Oh, that's actually rather nice. See the horse head? I don't know if we can get close enough. There. That is very nice. That would be kind of a neat sword to have. No lie. I mean, probably would be more for decorative purpose than to actually fight with. But it would be nice nonetheless.
I have permission to enter? I will remain outside.
The village knows too much of coarse and false dealings for me. Thank you for returning Ladusar to me, Medrielle. I know I could trust you. I am not so certain of these others.
You meet this man Horn at the Kustan. I will search elsewhere.
I have no interest in this town, Medrielle. These folks are the same as that brethren elsewhere, and have nothing helpful to tell us. I will seek the meaning of your dream in the wild. You meet this man Horn at the Kustan. I will search elsewhere. Where did he say it was? The Wailing Hills to the west. Take care of yourself, Medrielle. Horn may seem to be a friend, but his people are treacherous, and he will prove no different. Keep him at the length of your arm. To say that, she doesn't trust the Rohirrim might be an understatement. I guess I better go ahead and talk to this, where is it? Dinred. See about getting some, rations, or whatever passes for rations around here.
What brings you to these lands?
You were looking for rations, traveler. Who sent you? Stangard or Sithric? It was Sabert, you say. My apologies, but I cannot give out rations without the permission of the council. The laws here are higher now than the old laws of hospitality. You should speak with our leaders, I should say. They are in the mead hall, and Gada will let you in. Alright, we'll save that for later. I think what I'm thinking about was in Rohan and not here. But if it turns out that it was here, I really don't feel like sneaking around Stangard constantly. Get on a horse. Make this just a teeny tiny bit easier. You know what? Better yet. Let's really rankle the Rohirrim here and get on a horse seat. Why not? Something's chasing me. Not that it matters, it can't keep up with this. Tall woman stands outside Kristen's camp and calls for you.
I would advise you to avoid Stangard, if you've not come from there already.
I bid you welcome, travelers, and would advise you to avoid Stangard if you have not come from there already. The men of that place do not recognize their own friends or allies, even as they have need of them. I am Langhar, of the line of Bjarn, and I have set forth from the vales of Anduin at the command of Grimbjarn. Orcs threaten the shores of the great river. and someone must beat them back. The men of Rohan cower behind their walls, and they refuse my offer of help. They are fools. If I returned to Grimbeorn with this tale, I am certain he would send me elsewhere and leave the Rohirrim to fend for themselves. But the Vale of Anduin are not far from here, and any victory by the orcs here might endanger my own home, so I will help the fools of Stangard, whether they accept it or not. If you would help me in this, defeat orcs throughout the Wailing Hills. I'm a skin changer, and more than capable of felling these foes, but it seems the supply of them is never ending. Bingo stares at Langhar with both fear and awe. The Wailing Hills. And there are orcs aplenty. And I think she might have been the woman. Yeah. She was the wild witch woman that the guy was complaining about. Oh, excuse me. Where'd you come from? Ah, up there? Limelight Gorge. That's a whole different kettle of fish. Finish what we're doing first, though. Darn it. Wrong one. Alright, talk to Bingo outside the camp. Random person! Wonder if it's one of the same people I've seen running around, which would say that they're pretty much on the same series of quests that I'm doing. Bingo.
Longhaar helps those who refuse her help. Extraordinary!
I've seen more than my share of orcs by now, Medrielle, but we're truly making these lands more safe with each meeting, aren't we? It is good we encountered Langhar here instead of continuing elsewhere. She is the first Bjarning I've ever met, and she is not what I expected. There have been stories about her people even in the Shire, and many of them portray the line of Bjarn as being bloodthirsty and angry, more beast than man. It is true that Langhar has no mercy for enemies and does not speak well of the men in Stangard, but I am moved by the realization that she came out her duty despite the outright rejection of these services. She helps those who refuse her help. I wonder how many of us would do the same.
I saw an eagle in the skies to the north.
Very good, my new friends. You have done well to fight the orcs, and certainly better than the cowardly men of Stangard could have done. I too fought the orcs among the Wailing Hills, and as I searched for foes to defeat, I saw an eagle in the skies to the north, and watched it descend into a strand of trees. The eagles have been on good terms with my people for many years. We should go to him and learn what he has seen from the heights. Such knowledge might be of use to me, and I seek to accomplish my task. Alright, but first, let's go talk to Horn. It should not be too far away. Actually, he's a little further away than I thought. So we'll hold off on that. Alright, so we are at Fristen's camp. We have to help this Bjarning, but we also have to find Horn and, well, listen to him talk about a little bit of the history of the Rohirrim. We will do all that next time. Until then, bye for now.